Hey fight fans, it's Octagon Throne, and today we're staring into the abyss of Sean Strickland's mind, and the icy stare of Khamzat Chimaev. Can Strickland's motor mouth actually beat a killer like Chimaev? Or will his words be his undoing against a man who seems to live and breathe violence? That's what we're breaking down today. Stick around, because this one's going to be a wild ride. Every great rivalry has an origin story, right? This one starts not in the bright lights of the UFC, but in the dimly lit corners of a gym. Once upon a time, Sean Strickland and Khamzat Chimaev were training partners. Imagine that. Two of the most intense personalities in MMA sharing the same mats, trading blows. The stories of those sparring sessions are contested, to say the least. Chimaev and his team paint a picture of absolute domination, of Chimaev ragdolling Strickland at will. Strickland's camp, they tell a different tale. A tale of hard-fought rounds, of Strickland holding his own, of maybe even getting the better of the Chechen phenom at times. Who's telling the truth? Maybe both of them, from their own perspectives. But what's undeniable is that something shifted during that time. The respect, if there ever was any, seemed to curdle into something darker. Fast forward to today, and the animosity is palpable. Strickland has taken shots at Chimaev's loyalty, his background, his very character. He's crossed lines that many fighters wouldn't dare approach. And Chimaev, he mostly smolders, letting his actions do the talking. But you can see the fire burning beneath the surface. So who is Sean Strickland? On the surface, he's a walking, talking, unfiltered ID. He says what's on his mind, no matter how offensive or controversial. But don't let the chaos fool you. Inside the octagon, Strickland is a calculated fighter. He's a volume striker, a pressure fighter who likes to wear his opponents down with a relentless jab and a suffocating pace. His defense is solid, he's hard to hit clean, and even harder to put away. He's durable, he's got a good chin, and he's got a hell of a gas tank. But here's the rub. Strickland often fights down to his competition. He seems content to grind out decisions, even when he could be pushing for a finish. He can be drawn into brawls, and that's where he becomes vulnerable. He's not the most explosive, the most athletic, or the most powerful fighter, but he's consistently tough and difficult to beat. Critics like Michael Bisping have pointed out the disconnect between Strickland's wild persona and his somewhat conservative fighting style. Is he holding back? Is he afraid to take risks? Or is he just playing a character to sell fights? That's the million-dollar question. Then there's Khamzat Chimaev, Boars, the wolf. This guy is a different animal altogether. He's not just trying to win, he's trying to dominate. He wants to break you, both physically and mentally. Chimaev is a force of nature. He's got incredible wrestling, devastating ground and pound, and surprisingly crisp striking. He comes forward with relentless pressure, looking to overwhelm his opponents from the opening bell. His goal is to take you down, smash you on the ground, and finish you, preferably in the first round. He wants to make a statement, to show the world that he's the future of the middleweight division. However, Chimaev has shown vulnerabilities. In his fight against Gilbert Burns, he got drawn into a stand-up war, and his cardio looked suspect in the later rounds. And in his most recent fight against Whitaker, it was much more of a striking affair. The big question, has he addressed those issues? Has he learned from those experiences? So what happens when these two styles collide? Can Strickland's calculated defense withstand Chimaev's relentless storm? Can he frustrate Chimaev, drag him into the later rounds, and capitalize on any cardio issues? Strickland's best bet is to use his jab and footwork to control the distance, to make Chimaev chase him, to tire him out. He needs to avoid getting taken down at all costs because, on the ground, Chimaev is a different beast. But that's easier said than done. Chimaev is incredibly strong and explosive, and his takedowns are lightning fast. If he gets his hands on Strickland, it could be a very short night for the former champ. Chimaev will be looking to impose his will early, to take Strickland down and unleash his ground and pound. He'll want to finish the fight quickly and decisively to prove that he's on a different level. But this fight isn't just about physical skills, it's also about the mental game. Can Strickland's trash talk get under Chimaev's skin, make him angry, make him reckless? Or will it simply fuel the Chechen fighter's determination? Strickland is a master of psychological warfare. He knows how to push buttons, how to get into his opponent's head. But Chimaev is a different kind of opponent. He seems impervious to trash talk, almost zen-like in his focus. This fight has huge implications for the middleweight division. For Strickland, it's a chance to prove that he belongs at the top, that he's not just a loudmouth, but a legitimate contender. A win over Chimaev would silence his critics and put him right back in the title picture. For Chimaev, it's an opportunity to cement his status as a future champion. A dominant win over Strickland would send a message to the entire division. He's coming for the belt, and he's not afraid of anyone. Dana White has all but said that Chimaev is next for the title with a win. So will Strickland's trash talk write a check his body can't cash? Or will he shock the world and hand Chimaev his first defeat? It all comes down to this. Can Strickland execute his game plan perfectly? Or will Chimaev's relentless pressure be too much to handle? What do you think is going to happen? Head to the poll above and cast your vote. And let me know in the comments below how you see this fight playing out. Thanks for watching, fight fans. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more MMA breakdowns, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. And hey, be sure to check out our other videos on the channel.